Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have a brand new Star Wars news update into the regards of the upcoming Mandalorian and Grogu movie, with a new casting update and new casting reveals, as well as some new teases for what we're anticipating and expecting for the upcoming project, and everything before that there as well. Of course, we're gonna hop right on into it, breaking it all down for you guys, everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab the subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So, if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab the subscribe button today. In this video, we are going to be taking a quick read from one of my favorites out there, StarWarsNewsNet.com. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well, as they read, with production on the Mandalorian and Grogu movie set to begin within just a few weeks at this point, casting is apparently beginning to really ramp up, as if it hasn't already, and we're also getting some of the first major pieces of news from emerging different rumors. I honestly think if for anything, a lot of the casting has gone through at this point. We're kind of just now making out of these actual news, like now they're getting confirmed and kind of like leaked around from there. And I think even then, sometime over the summer, by the end of the summer, and even at least by the end of the summer, and actual filming of the actual project and movie itself is when and where I think Disney and Star Wars Lucasfilm themselves would actually put out the official cast list. It is something that they have been doing for the last couple of Star Wars projects, like The Acolyte, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor. So really just honestly basing it off of that, all of that there as well. So according to reporter Jeff Snyder, insider and scooper over his newsletter and Patreon, three-time Oscar-nominated actress Sigourney Weaver, my apologies if I mispronounced her name there, is apparently reportedly in the talks to join Jon Favreau's Star Wars theatrical debut with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Weaver thus becomes the first name to be attached to it besides Pedro Pascal as the titular bounty hunter. Not even fellow Disney Plus co-stars Katie Sackhoff or even Emily Swallow have been officially confirmed yet to appear in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Of course, also, well, yeah, Grogu would be, in the movie, of course, given that he's in the title. But other characters like Katie Sackhoff's Bo-Katan Kryze or Emily Swallow's The Armorer, or even other characters like Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Luke Skywalker, those are all unconfirmed characters to appear in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Mind you though, however, it feels almost like it would be kind of like a given thing, but we can't really anticipate that all that much. Also, sadly, we will have to move on without Carl Weathers returning as Grief Karga following the actor's unfortunate passing earlier this year. The Hollywood Reporter has also backed up that the story of a few minutes later on this as well, which I think provides all that of a more confirmation. Details on Weaver's character as well as her actual casting and all that kind of report. Just like her being attached to the movie, I think, from the beginning, but also going on to offer up, okay, maybe a bit of a character description, some plot details there as well. We do know, though, however, those details on Weaver's characters as well as the overall plot are being kept under not just wraps for now, but heavy wraps. We don't know anything about that or even really the movie itself. But there's already this level of behind the scenes movement on the film. It won't be late before the major trades really start digging up other details on the film itself as well. For now, we know that Jon Favreau is directing and co-writing the script with Dave Filoni. We're also, of course, anticipating for it to take place after the events of The Mandalorian Season 3 and after the events of Ahsoka Season 1. The schedule as of a few months ago, and probably we also last, had talked about and discussed here on the channel into the regards of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, is for the summer to actually have it filming by June in California. But both Insider Snyder and the Hollywood Reporter, THR, are saying later this year now, which isn't the greatest news, but I want to discuss this in more detail and in more depth in a later separate feature video here on the channel. All the more reason to grab the subscribe button if you haven't already. But which this would neither mean nothing or suggest a possible change in the planning, just overall. It probably will, and it kind of has to keep its still initial release date at the very least. It still can keep its initial release date, even if it is pushed back a little bit later, quote unquote, to later this year instead of actually filming this summer. Maybe it gets pushed back to filming in the fall instead. Okay, that's not really that much of a big deal. It can still definitely release on its given actual official confirmed release date of May 22nd of 2026. 2026 to be the next Star Wars film to hit theaters. Followed by Charmin Obid-Chinoy's Star Wars movie, New Jedi Order, with Rey Skywalker, set 15 years after the events of The Rise of Skywalker, or the sequel trilogy, releasing in December of 18th of the same year, 2026. Both of these projects, also New Jedi Order alongside the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, are both anticipated and expected to film at the very least sometime this year. The shoot for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is supposed to go on for 4 to 5 months overall, so it would go at least until the end of this year, or maybe even a little bit of the beginning of next year. If Weaver's name is already popping up, we might be able to assume more of a sizable role for her. Guest stars like Christopher Lloyd or Tamora Morrison for Boba Fett weren't revealed until filming for the last couple of seasons of the series, and well, they were very significant characters. As Snyder put into the newsletter and social media as well, perhaps the biggest headline here is that there is finally some casting news on a new Star Wars movie. Not just a new Star Wars project, but a movie, and the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, out of, all the different kind of movie lines and coverage that we've discussed here on the channel. And it's been 6 years since names like Kerry Russell and Richard E. Grant had joined A Galaxy Far, Far Away. Like, those were like the last names that were popping up for being a part of The Rise of Skywalker, as those different leaks and rumors and scoops. And well, now here we are. But there's also another nugget that was hidden inside the text as well. Overall scoop here coming from industry Daniel Richmond that may or may not be all that relevant down the line, but well, here it is. According to the reporter, Lucasfilm hasn't decided yet if the next movie after the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which is set to open May 22nd of 2026, will actually be Charmin Obid-Chinoy's New Jedi Order, Rey Skywalker movie, or James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi movie instead. Those are a bit up in the air. If, again, as I had mentioned, if I had to pick one or decide which is more likely, it definitely seems that it would be the New Jedi Order movie with Rey Skywalker, Charmin Obid-Chinoy. We've just heard a lot more about it. Into those regards, we really haven't heard a lot about Dawn of the Jedi, but there have been a couple of new updates about that we'll be discussing in more detail and in more depth here on the channel. All the more reason to grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.